politics no ensembebri ena ekoso ewom ade bechi MPP ayese ade bechi NDC ayese NDC force we de eneye MPP force omonso de eneye why de eneye enunti ena the Punch TV aba say Ghana politics ni nyina no de ekoso ewo man Ghana mu nyina no ye de ni nyina e de ebrew ewo eye channel yeso message so be subscribe to your YouTube channel na Facebook like video yi e de amame share na ma afofo enya bi hwe na fa o comment nso bra e wo comment section ho e ma me video bi e koso politics mo nsensem bi e koso sisi aba betodwa mayenko ne yenko kwetie ensem no embra
one land enya sa ekita gold bars enya sa the question I be say country burn in the world will bring gold bars to a country that produces gold. Yeah, produce gold or animal. Now I say we are gold, money bagana bede. Which country does that? In any case, there's no any law that bans the transportation of gold. Law be anywhere nkansah mount transport gold. Yeah. So you cannot smuggle. You only need the papers to cover it to show that you are bona fide property. Now I'm out there. So there's no any law. But there are laws against illicit drug transit and so on. But there's no law against what? The transmission or the bringing down of gold. Again, Reverend, well, I don't know who says sikana on the buyer, no, and yet pounds and yet euros, nay dollars. Well, I don't know who's that. One way, I don't know who said the sikana he was alleged to be brought, no. It is not pounds, it is not euros, but it's strictly dollars. Almost what the back room. How much quantity of money can that plane carry into this country? Plane to free US, Alabama, a bag, and people don't know. Airmed now, Kano. It's an air ambulance managed and certified by the U.S. Defense. The U.S. Defense certified, and they run a fleet of, your friend is saying, air ambulance across the world. Several. And yet private jet say, your friend say, this is Team's private jet, this is my brother friend. So you get up and fly. I say, private jet, fly free hand. Why not go inspect here? Those are the private, not a company that has built its reputation as an air ambulance. And our air ambulance, it is specially equipped with special equipment to be able to fly and land at any place in the world with patience. Do you know the amount of millions they make from that? You think cocaine, they will allow one of their fleets, say, cocaine. How much is that cocaine to them? The fleet of air-made, a U.S. Defense certified airmen built with special equipment carried to this country. You can say, oh, I didn't a plane 2 years and see what Ivory Coast. And Namsa, do you tell the pilot where to stop? If I say, or bit so we can land any place. No one can protect him. He can land any place. He can decide, and anything can happen. Originally, you may think that you have to land in Ivory Coast, and finally you land here. It doesn't matter. In fact, they don't need the MPP permission to land. Those aircraft doesn't need MPP permission or the members of parliament permission to land in this country. There's no amount of running. Me person me catch a Ghana force in Ntim if he doesn't prove distance, he will be arrested. He will be put before court. He will go through vigorously what the law entails. Say, Papa Kasa. The Attorney General, why you quiet no? I am a catcher. Obi a new law in a Dr. Ina and I go Parliament who. And in any case, the NDC has the best lawyers in Parliament there. Almost no come by privilege. In fact, Ntim cannot come under the parliamentary provisions that protects him because he has been irresponsible. If you become irresponsible and reckless because of political expediency, partisan politics, and not for the people of this country and not for the state, the parliamentary privileges in Ntim Katao. You go through its violation and violation of the law. They can amass there. Share, omit me the MPP for Ghana. Your friends, Reverend Ntim Fordjour's house, he will still be arrested. He can travel and he will still be arrested and brought to face the law. And now on net now, TV so, I know say he's prepared to die on Srobi Biano. Now on Srobi, no one but I don't know what you see. So we are prepared to die. You could cast sama or can say, look at what you see, look at the bogus letter he wrote. The bogus letter train. Next share even the reasons are the son of Munyan. I say, oh. Nanya cocaine be na chi $350 million. But could be a sanchi and no $150 million. And on it is not true. Radio station and radio presenter tell him and bring him home. His press conference was not about 350 million cocaine bust. It is done and dusted. It is left in the hands of the what? The security agencies to do their investigations. It is no more a problem. I don't have a problem. The 150 million cocaine is because the new government has come. We are unearthing all those their secrets. And can people know how? And he started a good example. There's a private company, there's a private flight that is being managed by McDam that flies out and in.
Private terminal.
Private terminal. How many national security people are there to inspect that terminal, inspect the flying and taking off of that flight? Where did they fly to? And so on. No Ghanaians have been given information as to what they do there. So it is not more obia. It's the issue is not about the 350 million cocaine bust. And they are dada. It is not an issue. The 150 million your friend is saying cocaine bust, it is not an issue. And in fact, Reverend Ntim did not talk about that. For it to make it seem as if on what about cocaine arrest and the general cocaine and drug issues, and that is not what he said. But who is covering now? Look at him put this. Who is covering what? One cousin who say cover me.
Honorable, I'm happy up now. Because
for me, people must know that it's a serious matter, like the president has said. Okay. No one will be spared, no one. And I believe, for me, I'm not a security man, but I'm a security for now. President, so many I'm because so much at the beginning cry. But when they are now, I tell you, say they know what they are doing. They don't want to do some things that will go back and so on. But for me, they don't match. It should have been busted all along and near Miano to prove the truth. To prove that it's cocaine. You cannot use cocaine in order to spoil your mama's name. Okay. Your mama knows what exactly. Share the statements now, short, but they are pregnant. Maybe we're on something. May come by the CJ. And I'm because the CJ asked for 7 days. Your mama man is saying
10 days.
When am I going to a man 10 days? You should know. Look, I had to say that what Tihanmon was set exams. I mean, team, I've given you 2 hours. Why wouldn't say me to answer exams? No, me can't say now for 2 hours. Can I say open 2 hours? Remember 12 hours. What do you answer? Right, so if I give you 10 days, you will go back and come back.
For me, this the MPP have succeeded a little to divert attention of Juma Pa the NDC have started. Also, they also knew say baby Ekono. Say I want for I'm a bomwa M1, and that's why they brought in. But I was last time when I say I thank God say okay say tama yeba abayimuna na President AUSU Ibrahim Hammer flights.
Yeah.
The lucky we have done is say they were not smart even to go and use say flight now air call back no something is being put in it. That there is a flight now. The reason why we are using that flight just because we are using this one for doing money laundering. That's why we are using that. They could have said those things freely of these people, but thank God I say we are here, and the fear. This issue say it is a car by my way more. It is also because the MPP knew say a car man Ghana for no. Say in there yet me say yes some problems no. they only want to put the people's mind and say, this can be any war. Now, Sky idea, you will yes, have money laundering, can it be? All these are strategies they are trying to play into the public domain. No? But thank God, as we said, this time around, we will not allow them to set the pace for us. When the law have to catch up to you, it will take up on you. So issues of that, maybe I say if Fordjour issue, he said more party will say more chance but if the speaker in Chrombra, whether he writes or not, I think that if any because say watching also has that statement where now what they move.
Yeah.
It's like a watching and that's a be as a Ghanaian be no sad statement, especially against on mine.
Yeah.
Mine how they move. Oh. So Ntim Fordjour, yes, as we can say also yeah, but I think that you see when it comes to start these stages, especially when it comes to national issues, you should be very, very tactical. Next idea now acquire style because Nakadano cast asked him never chill, never can say, oh, at America no, it was a fact. Yeah, but when they gave him the opportunity, we gave him the rope, even to go to his old radio TV stations, you know, one to improve it. Issue for bra. In fact, you remember said the same people went to court 2020. When we said say you win elections, you see MBE na no, only ade omaka say yeah na eka say you win, they prove issue no court. Eh?
Yeah.
But the same people are now saying say what is the issue no. I say the reason, but also raise the issue winning one election. Now you see MBE no you see in year no because yeah na eka say you win elections. But when it come to this one because you are destroying the country, they say that be na MBE no. Now, say weapon says your Ntim Fordjour issue say they be investigate by be yen juma. And obi Ghana nanka work for doctors aba say me check you. Nanka obi every week we press conference say what say bibi wa ha. Then you have to chase it for investigation. What say bibi wa ha. But I believe he say to use him as an example. I want to say na say no. Example says so be from no or say that's why you are there enya we should deal with it. Okay. But this Okada issue, I also support. Say, you see, at times when you law, we don't go down to do practical. Unfortunately, at times we no law, no air conditioning law. Intendant issues now say. Okay. Yes, circa 25 years not to drive a commercial issue, so you will see the confident issue and I'm more share. Say. So be I would drive a month for more than 3, 4, 10 people. Say BBC, how do you control yourself? It's so easy. And no, you. But the world of today, before we drive a car, no crap. We start to say we drive a car or game so.
Got driving here company for you. Sometimes so highway. Na car can see boss so benya.
No. Yeah. So for me, age issue, yes, but we need to do more of the training. Then you should train people to understand, say, if your speed limit, motor speed limit, you know, because then most of those who ride our Okadas, 18 years guys now. In fact, you started bicycle.
Okada and say, Oko villages now, you appreciate.
Yeah. Those are the, but you see, when for way in yeah, Kasa, motor Okada in Yaman. But how many times when we say trotro drivers, almost spectacles, say lenses?
Me tell you.
One me say, do up a nini.
Okay. Okay.
But most drivers are who trotro driver use lenses that. Are you telling me say all trotro driver money?
So
in fact, most of our accidents is because of this our eyesight issues. I'm telling you. There be most of us our eyesight issues. But it's right. It's any age at least one driving could be one driving and driving age around 40, 50 no. But you have been driving. And I joke to be said, can't be light still so and
like to when you
but how many of us go back to say echo check any I'm saying actually driving license issue. But this is the thing that American soon started our education, to start checking people eyesight, at least spectacle your first always lenses in your bonnet. In your bonnet. At least it will help us in the, because me won't trotro driver wash lenses that.
And there.
Me who that me I'm yet to. I'm on you so move.
I'm putting for Obi or how you so not.
Massa the levels on one also, but all other sectors piano.
Trotro driver is a chairman.
Bisa trotro driver is saying bisa. Is a mubisa. Come on, fat trotro. Or no, fat trotro. As I mean, I'm going to be a champion.
Advert be our young cat time. Advert be our
you know that I take trotro. You know I take trotro. So the open be our trotro.
In other words, honorable Sonika. In other words, honorable Sonika. And Chief Julius Debra, Utia, honorable Timothy Atabwade. Honorable Timmy Fatrotrosa, Manaka. We are not Pebacuso Mame, Mezuminica.
Agenda beer got to be not to be fat by a mad and Mamma no
doesn't Mamma. Many man member Yuma. Was somebody in Alpha?
I was and some no and the honor so what to be MPP for no at the end some no more can CPP at the end so and I'm on chain NDC for so more abine and a was so the omope and or more a year and answer a year and no any equity at the buy no message so subscribe to the Point TV at the Amaye share my for be here for comment bra now feel so no dear Kosubiano Chrewadjene Efa hon Emma yen.